Yuri Williams, and I am the founder of the nonprofit of Future Superhero and Friends.
What inspired you to create the nonprofit?
I lost my mother in 2009 to cancer, and I fell into a 5-year depression period. And upon returning to work, my coworkers donated like 400 hours to me. And the first day that I came back to work, I usually call my mom every day, and I called her that day, and the phone was just ringing and ringing. And then, I just broke down because, she was no longer here. So I called my job. I told them, give me an hour to get myself together. And for some odd reason, I just sat there and I created an Instagram account. And first person to pop up was Officer Tommy Norman, who was a police officer in North Little Rock, Arkansas, who gives back just like I do. Second person to pop up was Hip Hop Trooper. He dresses up as a red stormtrooper, and I love Star Wars and, the stuff that they were doing. So that's when I decided that I'll smash those guys together with myself and create this nonprofit to honor my mother. And I've been doing it since 2009. So
what did you learn from your mom?
Everything, man. I mean, the good, the bad. She was always there for me, somebody that I could talk to. She was my counselor, the person I could trust. And I told her everything, and she told me everything she knew. And, I was able to use a lot of her skills, and I even followed her in her profession of probation, and currently working with them for 24 years now. And everything she taught me, that I just sponged and took it. And, with also with the love and compassion that she showed me, I show it to other people.
Yeah, when you talk to people and, make their day, how does that help your healing process?
Yeah, I mean, it's a reflection because it just keeps me going. That's an important part of keeping her name alive is just doing the kind things that she did for other people. And even, when I was young, I would follow her in her footsteps, even went to work with her and saw the stuff that she did. And it's just like, kids want to be like Jordan or Kobe. I wanted to be like my mom. So she was my number one. I was her number one fan.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you do with the nonprofit?
Yeah. We service veterans, the Houseless Veterans here in Westwood and around surrounding Los Angeles counties. Visit the elderly, look out for them and take care of them. We service children with special needs, disabilities, those battling illnesses. Sometimes we even run into animals, and we look out for them as well. So it's all about helping anybody in need.
How important is empathy in the world?
Oh man, it's very important. And I come from during the '80s where people really cared, and I'm trying to get back to showing and doing these videos and showing people this is what life is about. It's not about materialistic stuff and how much money you can make and this and that. It's about helping people.
You said you really like Star Wars, but what are some of the favorite characters you like dressing up as?
Right now, my favorite one is probably the Mandalorian and Deadpool.
Both good ones, different style of audience.
Yeah. But people know who they are, so I gotta. Yeah. And Spider-Man, I only use Miles Morales because I can't wear the spandex suits anymore. I got a little fluffy, so
So when I was researching you, I mean, you've got a lot of publicity, and you met The Rock. Yeah. How is it, being able to spread your message to a larger audience?
Yeah, that's the goal. I don't really I'm not the starstruck person, but I was when I met The Rock and Strahan because I love sports, and I love him, man. He's a great, humble guy. I've always watched his wrestling matches and stuff like that. But I know I have to be able to shine my light out in the media so people can see what I'm doing. Not even 1% of the world knows who I am or what I do. Just imagine if I could get 1% of the people to support me and help me. I can help way more people than I'm helping right now.
What have you learned from some of the houseless veterans you talked to?
And they're some good people, man. They just, just hit on hard times just like everybody else. And, recently, this past 2 weeks ago, I took them to see Creed. And it was just a sight to see because a lot of those guys, they say they haven't been to the movies since like 2019. So just to be able to take these gentlemen out and women out and thank them for their service, because I'm not a veteran, but I know the struggles that they go through. So I have to be able to show other people that we need to get out here and support these veterans as well.
And I looked at you went during Christmas time, you were on a road trip. And actually, I've interviewed Rodney Smith in the past and what he does. So
Okay.
how is that, coming together to help people?
Dude, that guy, I'm gonna tell you before I tell you about that. He saved my life. During my depression period, I happened to meet him through Instagram through Officer Norman, and when he made it to California on this tour, I said, "Man, I need to talk to you. I'm having a hard time. I just want to go on this tour and see if it'll help me out." And 4 tours later, I haven't been depressed at all. And this tour that we do is for children with special needs, disabilities, and those battling illnesses. We decided to do that because a lot of those children are not getting the love and the things that they deserve, because a lot of these families are staying at home all the time, and during this time, it's a time for us to come and spread Christmas cheer to you. Like when I do these movie events, I invite all of those three titles that I just mentioned to the theater, because a lot of these parents do not get a chance to get out. And I'll never forget the first movie that I did was Star Wars. I don't know which one it was, the newest ones, but this parent came to me and just said, "Thank you for inviting me out, because, we rarely get a chance to go out."
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. When you're, helping the kids with disabilities, how is it? How do the parents feel?
Oh, the parents love it sometimes more than the kids do. It when I created this organization, I went back into my childhood and I looked to see what made me happy, and it was always Spider-Man or some toys or something like that. And I think a lot of adults, when you go back to your childhood, that's the most beautifulest time. So I put these costumes on and I interact with the parents as well as the children, and it just brings you back to your childhood and brings you back to a nice comfort zone.
Yeah, I know about that with all my Pop Funkos and
Yeah,
action figures in the back.
yeah. Two grown kids right here.
Right, exactly. So what motivates you?
Um, my mother still motivates me and keeps me going. And Rodney Smith Jr., I talk to that guy probably every other day, and he motivates me to keep going at times when I throw in the towel, because this is not a easy job.
Right.
80% of the funds come from my paycheck, and like I said, if I could get more people to see what I'm doing, the message is there, the videos are there, so you can see what I'm actually doing. But I just need more people to support the mission so I can continue to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, with that, where do you want the organization to be in the next 3 to 5 years?
By then I'll be retired from my current job, and then I'll be able to do it full time. I want to get an office building where children can come after school and do their homework or just the getaway, a place where they can relax and enjoy and comfort. If they don't have the internet, we'll have the internet there, computers, food, and all the extra stuff. And we also, our program runs a art healing program that's run by my good buddy Juan Carlos. He's a graphic artist for Mitchell and Ness. So he's a teacher of that program, and he's encouraging children and kids to even adults to get into the graphic arts program to become possible graphic artists.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you want your legacy to be?
Um, just that, he did what was right for humanity, and I want somebody else. And the reason why I named this organization a future superhero, because there are a lot of future superheroes in the making. There are some here right now, but they just don't know, that they're real heroes. So I just want the legacy to be that, I was the one to inspire you to keep going and do what's right.